In continuing this tutorial, I'm going to actually put a somewhat of a shine to this apple, even though this is shining here. But I want to show you a different tool that to add to somewhat like a shine. I'm going to change this to oval white, and I'm going to go to my color palette. Alright, and I'm going to go to color. Alright, and I'm going to change this to double click and change this to white. And I'm going to reduce the alpha to 0% capacity. So you're going to see that it's moving from white to transparent. Before I apply this to this apple, I'm just going to create a new layer because I don't want to mess up this apple at all. So I'm going to create this new layer. I call it layer 2. And I'm going to use my oval tool. Alright, so I'm going to click here and select oval. And I'll draw somewhat of a circle in this region right here. I'll take this and destroy it up like this. Now this shine here is not looking realistic, so let's select on it and go back to the palette and let's make some changes. Probably I'm going to select this. Alright, this is already white. I'm going to reduce this to about, let me see, about 50%. Reduce the alpha, I'll leave it at 49. Right, so it kind of give it somewhat of a blend to it. And we could play up with this again to make it look a lot more realistic. Alright, could do that. Right, let me select on it again, color, and let me see if I reduce it some more and see how it will look. Right, it looks a little bit better to give the apple somewhat of a shine. Let's increase this alpha a little bit. Not bad. Oops, edit, undo. This is okay. Probably increase the alpha one more time again. Color and increase it to about, yeah, about that. Yeah, no. Well, they're not bad. I should have probably just left it the way it was before. Right, so it takes you some time to really play up with this, right, to get the exact look that you want. Alright, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to put a line around this apple, right, just to make sure. So I'm going to select red. Right, I'm going to use my ink bottle for lines. Oops, my bad. Edit, undo. It's supposed to go to layer 1 and select the line, so I could have a line that is around this particular apple. So far so good. Before we actually create a shadow for this object, we need to have a stem. Now this will be very easy for any one of you all to do, and basically let me just choose my stem color brown and keep my stroke brown too as well. So I could probably change the we could play up with it and change a somewhat of a gradient. I'm just going to keep it brown for now. I'm going to go to my pen tool and I'm just going to select, I'm going to draw it big, and I want to curve it a little bit. Okay, select this coming across. It's kind of wobbly, and somewhat just give this a little curve. Not much to talk about. Again, if I go to my selection tool, I could kind of like play with this a little bit. Doesn't really matter. Okay, I want to fill this. It's my fill tool, paint bucket, and then I'm going to use my free transform tool. Let's bring the scene a little bit. Let's move this away. Let's highlight this and delete these lines. Let's move this a little bit. Free transform. Play with it a little bit. Stretch it out. not bad, but it could be better. Like, you know, you could add some filter or something like that, make a bevel or something like that. I guess y'all could do that bevel for your assignment too as well. Now I'm gonna actually copy this. I'm gonna copy, edit, copy, or cut in fact, because I want this on a new layer. I don't want to interfere with the reason why I want this on a new layer. So I'm gonna paste anywhere, right? Cool. Alright, not bad. And I'll just drag this right over here. That's the reason why I wanted to put it on another layer, because I wouldn't get the option to center back. If I was to go to modify and I go to arrange, that option would not be presented. But what I could do is drag this layer down the back and send that to back, and then position that in the back there. So of course I would want you to do something this time a little better than this. Lastly, we want to create a shadow. So I'll go to my selection tool. I'm gonna select my apple right here, and I'm gonna go to edit, copy. Right, before I paste it, I'm gonna go to a new layer too as well. I want a new layer. Call this layer 4. I mean, of course, you would name your layers so you would, you know, have an idea, user friendly according to design standards and so on. And we're gonna edit, paste in place. Let's paste it, let's drag it across, and I'm gonna choose this, change this color to black. I'm gonna select it, use my free transform tool, and I'm gonna bring this down a little bit, come close to it like this until I get that option, move it across, bring it down like this a little bit. Let's move this in place. This could go across some more like that, and then let's position it by the apple right here. Right, and again we could bring this layer down like this, could be right down if you wish to put it to the back, and you could probably just adjust the image of the shadow. We could also make this shadow transparent. So I'm going to go to my color palette. Right, I'm going to select the linear gradient. I want to make this black, right, very black. Carry up this to about 80%. And click away, you can see it's somewhat showing up short of a transparent shadow. So I could probably increase this capacity to about 20. And before I do that, let me go back here, color, select this to black, and double click and select this to black, and then reduce it from there. Alright, you know, something like that. Right, it takes a little while for you to play up to get it to increase the alpha. Increase the alpha about 20. Right, for you to get somewhat of transparent background. We could even change the background too as well, of the stage to a dark green, so we could actually see it, and modify this a little bit more. And carry up this alpha to about 20 something. Right, cool.